when I mention structure and infrastructure, who believes the infrastructure is worse among you? Mr. here, 2, 3, interesting. Oh, I'm starting to see 5, 6, 7. All right, you're almost there. Let me try the third one. Because I talk about commerce, I cannot talk about commerce without talking about our deficit in commercial balance. The fact that we import more than we export. The fact that we consume more than we produce. So that's a big one for me too. Because all the things about currency, development, in some way or the other, maybe it's a combination of all the other problems, but this one is one of the biggest ones that you see right away. So who believes that commercial balance deficit is worse than infrastructure among you guys? No one. It's all linked, exactly. It's all linked, that's what I wanted to get to. And I believe because they are all linked, it's also all the same way affecting commerce so far in Africa, and it's going to affect us worse if we don't take the opportunity that is among us to be doing a bit different future of commerce. So would you ask, you might ask me, why does it affect commerce so badly? For me, you can only look at what is African commerce, especially African e-commerce currently. Most of you are going to tell me, oh yes, African e-commerce, people think about Jumia. If you look at the actual situation of Jumia recently, I don't know if you look at the situation in the stock market, 70% loss over the last year. And that, to me, there is a lot of reason Jumia is struggling. But Jumia is fighting to do infrastructure. And no matter what you can say, they invested a lot in infrastructure. But what is killing them, in my opinion, worse than everything else, is when I mentioned this commercial balance aspect, is that commerce so far in Africa has been built around the model of commerce in Europe and other parts of the world, where it's around people buying. The thing is, we are in a situation where people have very little disposable income, but most of the solutions in commerce are built to have them buy with the little they have. So of course, it's not going to work very well. And if you look by opposition, there is a branch of commerce that I think is underexploited in Africa and generally in emerging countries, is commerce that makes people earn money. Commerce that helps them sell. And that's, of course, what we do at ANKA and with Afrikrea. We have people, especially in Africa, but all over the world, export and sell African-inspired goods. Maybe cultural goods, clothing, beauty, food, or anything else. And that's the goal beyond ANKA, is to actually make sure that we focus and we build commerce, yes, to create jobs. Because the first step to create jobs is to make money, not just spend it. And I'm sorry to say to my dear friends doing fintech, but fintech is just making sure the money moves faster. And our role in the future of commerce is actually to make something different, is to create opportunity, create money for people. And when I mentioned the three problems of structure and infrastructure, of course they are there. Commercial balance is one thing. Even if we export, we need to also absorb, because just like my dear predecessor of Yassir mentioned, there is a huge opportunity in the number of people coming. The next billion is here. So the next billion is not going to be also working. Even if you have them create jobs, you need to create it in such a way that you can absorb this growth. And the scale at which we're growing, we cannot do it with the way we centralize so far growth in e-commerce. To simplify, I will let Jumia a little on the side for the moment and take another one that you might know. Let's, for example, what happened to Konga in Nigeria. Or you can take Afrimarket in Ivory Coast. I believe that these companies were not wrong in the way they produce and the way they sell people. The problem is that they try to centralize everything on their platform and to get everyone to use their platform. And the thing is, when you have a lot of people coming like that, you need to decentralize the way you train, decentralize the way they can access, and decentralize the way they can sell. And you're going to ask me how? And that's one of the big things we do at ANKA, is that we don't require people to sell in our marketplace, Afrikrea.com. But you can use ANKA to sell even if you sell on WhatsApp. You can use it to facilitate your payment on WhatsApp. You can use it to facilitate the shipping of the order you got on WhatsApp. And even better, we help you track all the orders that you have in WhatsApp, Instagram, your own website, our marketplace, instead of having 3 different notebooks. for each places you sell.
So I have a question.
Yes.
One of the huge opportunities for African producers,
Yeah.
we're talking about coffee just now, so for example,
Yeah.
you have a specialty coffee, you want to connect to the huge markets.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's stopping a lot of farmers is packaging and marketing, market knowledge. And can you get Chinese printed labels and you know, be sure that what's written down is actually what you want it to be written down? Does ANKA help with that?
Definitely. I'm going to say one thing that is expected of me is that, of course, visibility and marketing is key into what we do. I just concluded a campaign, actually still ongoing, with influencers on TikTok and Instagram that garnered around 17 million views in different platforms. So yeah, that's what we do. And we have these sellers access this type of visibility because they don't know necessarily how to talk to influencers, we do. So that's one thing. But I'm going to say one thing that is a little more surprising is that, I don't know how to say it in English, but in French it sounds much better. When I say la visibilité c'est du vent, most people will not understand when I say visibility is wind. But to be true and honest, what I've seen in commerce is that we have 1 million visits a month on the platform. It doesn't translate in 1 million sales. So people see marketing as a problem when it's actually just an accelerant. If you don't know who you're selling to, what you're selling to who, and how to appeal to the person, and you're right, it's about, people say storytelling. I believe it's about distribution. And that's a big part of commerce, is people need to understand when you do commerce, when you try to create a business, you need to know who you're selling to. And the great thing in these years and time is that you can sell to people you never met. Yes, you can sell to the US, you can sell to Europe, you can sell to China. But you need to know what they want there. And you're right, labeling is a part, packaging is a part. But I believe it goes as simply as clearly explaining a use case. You mentioned coffee. People imagine and know that there is a lot of coffee coming out of Kenya, a lot of cocoa coming out of Ivory Coast, etc. But even if they know that, why Kenyan coffee, or how should they focus on Kenyan coffee other than the coffee that they just get in their own distribution center, like the next grocery store? Why would they do the extra effort? And that's for us to do and create such ease, or at least such value into what they buy, that buying African becomes not a gesture of support, but just a selfish need to buy something you like. We need to create things. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Thank you. That's the goal. Ultimately, what we want with commerce, and that's really what I want to say in marketing, is that you can focus, a lot of people focus on, when you do the future of commerce in Africa, to try to tell us, oh, you should try to do even more impact. Show all the jobs created. Show all the women that you can help. In our company, we have 80% entrepreneurs that are women working with us. That's a great thing, but I believe it's because they know better than most people what their clients want. They're selling to 80% women too. And it's not just because they are women that people buy their stuff. Nobody sometimes know even that they're women. And I don't think we should keep on pushing the same language we had in commerce so far, that commerce in Africa is about getting people to sell, to spend. We should go into commerce is about getting people to sell. And once we do the focus about selling, we need to focus on making sure that everybody get a sense of what is around you is something that somewhere else in the world you can sell, you can understand. Our young generation already spends most of the time they have, as soon as they can, of course, on social media. If we tell them that because they do that, they can make money, I guarantee you we have on our end an army of entrepreneurs geared towards success.
Thank you so much. That is an inspiration.
Yeah, definitely.